Hello, I'm Deb Knight. Welcome to A Current Affair. They say the pen is mightier than the sword, but tell that to the council library, which banned a book about golf. $30,000 of ratepayers' money's been spent keeping it under lock and key. So what is in Chapter 9 that's had councillors' knickers in such a knot?
Picton, peaceful Picton. Or that's how we remembered it. Frustrations have boiled over in this town, all because of a book about golf.
They've attacked me and tried to discredit me and discredit the book as well.
And if you think this is all a storm in a... think again.
Once upon a time, there was an author who wrote a book about golf. At first, council loved it, but 2 days out from the book launch, trouble started to brew. Council huffed and it puffed until that book was banned.
No pressure.
This is the author, Lynette Stiles.
Golf, golf, golf.
And this is her book, Antle Golf Club Associates.
So that's my baby.
That's your baby.
My baby.
Also known as the troublemaker.
It's a very interesting book covering the history of female golfers from the turn of the last century. In Picton, women could only be associates, they couldn't be members.
So how long did it take you to
A
write?
seemingly pleasant and important stroll down the fairway of history at a popular course on Sydney's southwestern outskirts.
I went to the library, Picton Library, and I said, because it's local history, Wallandilly Shire Council history, I'm giving you a copy. And that was happy, fine.
It was a nice thing to do.
Well, it's not the first book that I've donated to the library.
But the book didn't make it to the shelf.
The book was banned from the local library by the council.
A book banning. To our knowledge, it was taken to the library archives and locked away.
How does that make you feel?
Angry.
An injustice, she says, and an insult to all readers.
The book is with the National Library in Canberra, with the State Library in New South Wales. No other library that I sent a copy of this book to banned the book, but Wallandilly Shire Council did.
And that's where this story really starts.
After that, I sent them a letter of demand. You can pay for the book, $125, please.
Come on, right? How far do you think this could possibly go? Well, the battle of the book lasted 9 months and it landed in the local court.
Lawyers filed a notice of motion in the court to have my matter struck out. It didn't happen.
Did you win?
I did.
A win in court is one thing, but at the end of the day, your book still isn't in the library, is it?
No, it's not.
So Lynette, out of principle, continued to swing.
You went one step further.
I did. I put in a Freedom of Information application.
It turns out council could have played 850 rounds of golf with the money it allegedly spent on lawyers to defend its stance on the book.
So this book, which is not in the Picton Library, but in council's archives, has cost the ratepayer $30,000. And they banned the book as well.
That's one expensive book.
It is one expensive book.
It must be good.
It is very good.
Yep, nearly $30,000 over a book. It makes you wonder if the money could have been better spent.
And they're saying that it's all fake news. Fake news. It's not fake news.
It's embarrassing, that's what it is.
It is.
So what is it about this book that's worth all that trouble? Well, one chapter apparently, and it relates to this homestead on the golf course which was acquired by council half a century ago.
Lynette, this happened 50 years ago.
It did. It did, 1974.
They're being a bit sensitive, aren't they?
Well, this council wasn't even around in 1974.
The letters that I've seen between the sisters that owned the house, and council was saying, sell the house at the price we tell you we want, or we'll resume it.
Mari Antle Reeves and other relatives of the family who once lived at that homestead believe the book has hit the mark.
Take responsibility for the homestead that you forcibly acquired. I think they've tried to bury it so they don't have any embarrassment.
Lynette, also a former councillor, has written 7 books. Some have caused embarrassment for Wallandilly Council. When we went to the library, only one of her books was available, and it was locked away from the public.
When we approached council for comment, they likened the whole saga to a publicity stunt for a book they say would be better placed here, in the fiction section.
Ouch. But this game keeps going.
The book sold in Picton has sold out.
It's sold out.
It's sold out.
Oh boy. Writing and golf. It's meant to be relaxing. Not in Picton. Lynette's even left town.
So you're living in exile, Lynette?
I am living in exile. I'm living out of the area.
But this isn't the end. Lynette's about to release another book. And let's just say, it's not light reading.
Is there a moral to this story, Lynette?
The moral is don't mess with a writer. The pen is mightier than the sword.
Wow, well, it seems the stoush is far from over. Council has hit back at Lynette for taking legal action, saying, quote, "It is hard to understand why anyone would seek to waste ratepayer funds on such frivolous action," end quote. We will keep you posted.